Booked and busy. Welcome to Beauty School. This is Stylist John. I am here to help my students and those that want to become my future students learn how to become booked and busy. Aren't you tired of being in the salon, waiting on clients, and you scrambling trying to pay your bills? Well, I created a series and a system called Booked and Busy to help you become busy as a stylist or barber in your salon, booth, or suite. Okay? If you follow these 5 steps, you're going to be on your way to being a booked and busy stylist. Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. You're going to be able to track your income. Alright? There are 5 steps that you need to learn to become a booked and busy stylist. The first step is you want to master your craft. Mastery. There's a phrase that says it takes 10,000 hours in order for you to master your craft. You've been putting time in, you've been putting work in, you've been working very long and hard at what you love to do, and you're going to become a master of it because your mastery of whatever skill you have is going to get you booked as a professional. Okay? I spent hours braiding hair on mannequins. I spent hours braiding hair for free. I spent hours braiding hair for low wages. I spent hours cutting hair for free, doing back to school specials, cutting hair in the community to master my craft. What I found out is at every level that I was at, there are clients that like you as a person that will come to you, number one, because they like the skill at the level that you're at, and it's a professional look at the level that you're at, and they will pay you handsomely for it. Okay? So, what I want you to do, I want you to get a sheet of paper and write down 10 things that you're good at, that people have paid you for. Okay? I want you to write down 10 things that you're good at that people have paid you for. Okay? Now, when you write down these 10 things, I want you to put it in the list of 10 being the skill that you've been paid the most for, and 1 being the skill that you've gotten paid, but you've gotten paid the least for. So for me, if I was to write down my list of 10, my list of 10 things would be 10. I've done lock extensions. I've gotten paid $600 for lock extensions as a sew-in. That would be 9. I've gotten paid $500 for a sew-in. Braids. I've gotten paid $400 for doing braids. That would be number 8. Number 7. I've done natural hairstyles and I've gotten paid $200 for doing natural hairstyles. I've done Havana twist and Senegalese twist. I've gotten paid $225 to $250 for that. Okay. 6. I've done braids, men's French braids. I've got paid $100 for that. 5. I've done an elite service, shampoo, hot towel, haircut, mustache, beard trim, massage, and hot steam facial, and I've gotten paid $100 for that. That's number 4. I've done child's haircut for $25. I've done men's haircut for $40. I've done a women's haircut for $50. The least thing that I was paid for was doing waxing, and that was $20 for some eyebrows. So that's my list of 10 things. Out of these list of 10 skills, I want you to write down the dollar amount you was paid for the service that you provided. Okay? If you can do it one time, right? You can do it several times. Okay? So if you can do it one time, you can do it several times. So I've done several clients that have wanted lock extensions. I've done at least 3 to 5 this past year. Okay? If I can get 3 to 5 clients that have got lock extensions within the past year or so, I can do 10 to 15 more. So now what we do is we take the skill that we have done several times and we've gotten paid for it, and we duplicate that same service and put a time frame on it and polish it up. Okay, I'm talking about polish it. I'm talking about like dot every I, cross every T, make it look perfect at whatever level you at. Okay? I've got a friend that done lock extensions and she only gets paid $100. I've gotten paid $5. So at the level she's at making $100, She polishes up that style and makes that style look really good and advertise it to people that will pay $500. She will make $500 for that particular style. So we're working on mastering our skill. There are 7 barber cuts that I'm going to teach you that's going to help be your foundational cuts for any other cut that you're going to do. You're going to be able to figure out any other cut from these 7 basic foundational haircuts that I'm going to teach you. If you're a braider, there are 3 foundational braiding styles that I'm going to teach you that's going to help you master braiding. Okay? You're going to be able to use these foundational skills to add on to them for any braiding style that you do. As a loctician, you're going to be able to use the foundational lock styling patterns that I give you and the retwist patterns to be able to foundationally maintain a loctician business from mastering these 3 techniques. There are 3 braiding techniques I'm going to teach you. There are 3 loctician techniques I'm going to teach you, and 7 basic barber cuts. If you're watching this and you take my mentorship, I have a $3,000 mentorship where you're going to get a one-on-one 2-day training, and then you're also going to be invited into the community group of other professionals that are learning at the same time you are to master your skill. You want to click the link below. Click the link below. Yeah, you. Click the link below. Because you want to master your skill. You want to master your craft and become a booked and busy stylist. Join my mentorship program. The second thing that we're going to work on your identity. Okay? Who are you? Okay? When you find out who you are, then you find out who you attract. Because your clients are attracted to you. Your clients are attracted to how you present yourself every day. They're attracted to the quality of service you put out. But your clients have a lifestyle, and we need to identify what their lifestyle is. We're going to identify who is my client. We're going to identify their lifestyle. What does my client do every day? How does my client live? What are my client's spending habits? Where does my client shop at? What does my client spend their money on? We're going to talk about their income. We're going to find out how much income your clients make. We're going to ask a few questions. If you don't mind me asking, sir or ma'am, what do you do for a living? Then they tell you what they do for a living. Then you take that information and you write it down, and you make a note of that to find out, okay, my client makes this amount of money per year. Then after we find out how much money they make per year, we find out what their habits are. What are their spending habits? What do they spend their money on? Do they spend their money on going to the club? Do they like to go on club? Do they like to go on vacations? Does my client like to go shopping? Does my client like to go to the dispensary? What does my client like to do? Then we're going to talk about the physical location where your clients are. My clients they're in beauty shops. My clients are in beauty stores. My clients go to the bank. My clients are at food restaurants. My clients are cashiers. My clients are CNAs. My clients are nurses. My clients are doctors. My clients are lawyers. My clients are part of the Divine Nine. They are professionals. They're in their professional field of trade. My clients have natural hair. My clients wear low cuts. My clients are students. My clients are in the education program. They're administrators. They're principals. They're also students. My clients' general location are in a 5-mile radius from where I work at, where I live at, where I shop at, but also where I went to school at. Okay? These are where my clients are. You're going to pinpoint your clients. You're going to find out what your target market is to find out how do I advertise to this particular crowd of people and how do I get them into my chair. We're going to talk about service. Having good customer service is going to get you results. It's also going to have people that well like you, that like your service, and like how you treat them, and like how you invite them back into your salon space or your salon suite. By having great quality service and by having a great attitude, you're going to get clients you wouldn't normally get. Why? Because the average stylist is good at doing hair. There's a lot of people that have to work at interpersonal skills with being personable, but also having good customer service. And so we're going to help grow you in that area, so that way you will not have a problem with getting your clients and maintaining your clients by having a good customer service and putting the client first. Okay, you want to put the client first. Why do you want to put the client first? You want to put the client first because you want to make sure that client feels loved and cared for while they're in your chair and they're heard. We're solving their problem. They're coming to you because they have a problem, and we have the skill set to solve it. And so by providing a great service, by providing good customer service, what you're doing is you are standing out from every other stylist because you're listening to your client, you're putting your client first, you're keeping the conversation on your client feels special, your client will come right back to you. Okay, I guarantee it. If you provide a great quality service and you've provided a great skill to the client, you have identified what their pain point is and their lifestyle and how they spend their money, and you're catering to how they spend their money, catering to their pain point, and you're helping to solve their problem, that client is going to come back to you time and time again. And that's what we want. We want clients to come back to us. When we go out and go get a client and we introduce ourselves, hey, my name is Stylist John. My name is John. I'm a barber, stylist, braider, and I'm here to serve you. Are there any hairstyles you would like to try? When we go and greet the client, we want the client to come back. So we're going to provide our mastery of skill. We're going to identify who is our client. We're going to provide great customer service. But that takes me to our next subject, time management. We're going to do the style in a time-efficient manner. Why are we going to do this style in a time-efficient manner? Because in the business world, they say that time is money. But really, ideas are money. Okay? Ideas equal money. I can think about an idea and I can become rich from an idea. Okay? In the working world, time is money because everything in the working world is governed by some sort of time measure. Okay? So, if I can do a short hairstyle in 1 hour and I charge $150 to do a short hairstyle and I can do the style in 1 hour, I'm going to look at ways on how I can get my time down to 30 minutes. How can I make $150 in 30 minutes? How can I duplicate making $150 in 1 hour? Well, that means that according to this blueprint, time management plus skill plus replication equals a system. I'm gonna give you that equation again. Time management plus skill plus replication equals a system, which breaks down into process, system, and strategy. Okay? I'm going to break that down one more time. Time management plus skill equals replication equals a system. If I operate under my own system and I can manage my time and get my clients in the chair, shampoo, deep condition, style, and out of the chair, and my workflow is seamless, and I can service 10 clients and get my clients in and out of the salon in a time efficient manner, they're going to come back to me. Why? I provided a mastery of skill. 2, I've identified who my client is. I have a great rapport with my client. My client knows who I am and I know who my client is. 3, I provided great customer service. 4, now I'm into time management. I am providing a quality customer service to my client in a timely manner that gets them in and out where they can make their appointments, they can make their doctor's appointments, they can make school, they can make work on time, and they can make their dinner dates on time. Okay, whatever engagement that my client has, I want to make sure I get them out in a time efficient manner so they can make their engagements and look good wherever they're going to. Why? Because if they look good wherever they're going to and I did the style, they're going to tell people about what it is that I do as a stylist, barber, braider, or loctician. They're going to tell people what I do. When you solve a person's problem, they're going to be so happy that you solved their problem, they're going to tell everybody else that you helped them. Okay? And when they do that, you want to make sure that you have your business cards in their hand. So, I created a system that for every client that comes in, I call it 10 by 10. Okay? I'm going to give every client that comes and sits in my chair, where I provide them a great mastery of skill. I've identified who they are. I'm providing them with great customer service. I've got them in and out of the salon in a timely manner. And as this client is leaving my chair, I'm going to say, hey, do you like the quality of service that I provided? Yes. They're shaking their head, yes. I turn them around in the mirror. They take a look at their hair. I hand them the hand mirror. They look at the back of their head. Is this service what you expected? Yes. Do you like it? Yes. So now I'm going to create social proof. I'm going to pull out my phone, my camera, and I'm going to videotape them saying that they like this haircut or they like this style. I'm going to post it. I'm going to take a picture and a video of the hairstyle that I did. Then I'm going to go into my cards. I'm going to give my customer, a stack of cards like this and put it into their hands and say, hey, when you go out and people like your hair or compliment you, will you pass them my card? So now my client has become my greatest spokesperson because I've done a great quality service. I've got them in a timely manner. So now my client is going to pass out my cards to potential customers that are going to come to me because of referrals. And before the client leaves the shop, you want to make sure that you rebook the client, that you have written them in for a specific date for them to come back in to receive the same service that you just did at a later time frame. What that's going to do is that's going to fill your books up. You need to have your books filled every day before you leave the shop. Every day you leave the shop, when you have a client that came and sat in your chair, you want to say, do you like every week or every 2 weeks? They're going to tell you, I like every week or I like every 2 weeks. So now, once you have identified when your client can come in, now you go to your calendar, you pencil them in on the calendar, and then on the business card that you give them, you write on the business card their next appointment date, and then you write it on your calendar. Why do you take time to do this? Well, the reason why you take time to do this is because you want to rebook your client. You want to make sure that client that you provided that great quality of service for, after you've got your social proof, your video, your photo, and got them saying, I like my hair, you want to post that on social media, keep that in your data archive, pass them the stack of 10 business cards, and you want to rebook them. What does that do? Social media is a great way to spread a message at one time. Things catch fire on social media. What do I mean by that? Things go viral on social media, so you can post a really cute picture on social media of a style you done. And everybody's talking about it on social media. Now, the client that was just in your chair is going to the supermarket or a grocery store or auto parts place to get auto parts, and people are seeing their hair. Oh, I just love your hair. Who did your hair? John did my hair. Let me give you John's card so that way you can get your hair done too, because I believe in his work. So now they're speaking for you. You need people that are going to speak for you when you're not in the room. And when people speak for you when you're not in the room, that's God elevating your ability to do the supernatural things that you do in this earth realm in order to better your life. Because he said, my gifts will make room for me and bring me before great men. What does that mean? The gift that God put on the inside of you, that skill set that you've been working on quiet every day. You've been putting in the time, you've been putting in the work, and you've been praying the entire time while you've been working. God is going to elevate what you do on a higher scale at the level that you're at and put you in front of people, and people are going to open up their mouth and speak for you in rooms to get you in rooms that you wouldn't normally be in. Why? Because you treated the customer with respect. You provided a great quality service. You mastered your skill. You identify who your client is. You're providing a time-oriented service. Time plus skill plus replication equals a system. You worked on a system and you got them rebooked. If you follow these 5 steps every time, I guarantee you that you're going to be a booked and busy stylist. Your books are going to be filled every day because you're going to make sure you rebook that client for the following week or 2 weeks. And then you go outside with your business cards and you pass out at least 10 to 20 business cards a day where you're shaking a hand, where you're meeting somebody and you're introducing yourself and you're going to different places that you normally do every day. I go to the bank, I put money in and out of my account, I'm going to pass my business card to the teller. I'm going to pass my business card to the bank manager. Why? They need their hair done. They're professional. They need to look good in front of people every week, every 2 weeks. Why not pass them my card? When I go to Family Dollar or when I go get some food. Hey, how you doing, manager? Hey, how you doing? I'm John. I'm a barber. I'm a stylist. I'm a braider. Here go my card. If you ever need some barber or hairstyling skills or services, please look me up. Check out my work. It's on my card. Boom. I made a good impression. Chances are they're going to call you on the phone when they need you. I get phone calls all the time. Okay, and these phone calls that I get come from me going out and passing my cards out every day and introducing myself to people, or someone has referred them to me. So you want to make sure you rebook your clients every week. Okay, these are the 5 steps to being a booked and busy stylist. Join my one-on-one mentorship program so that way I can teach you the 7 basic foundational barbering skills for mastery, the 3 basic braiding skills for mastery, and the 3 basic loctician skills for mastery, so that way you can think like a barber, but make money like a stylist. Think like a barber, make money like a stylist. Stylists make a lot of money. Stylists get paid for services sometimes 3-4 times the amount that barbers do. But barbers are time efficient. Barbers are time efficient with doing haircuts and doing coloring and doing razoring. And so we're going to work on being sharpened as a barber and working on good time management, but we're also going to work on doing the market and making a great quality hairstyle like a stylist do. So that way you have the best of both worlds and you become sharp in both edges of the sword. Okay? Book my one-on-one class. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to make sure that you grow and develop and you can travel outside of where you're from and you can get your coin. I'm Stylist John. This is Booked and Busy. Thank you for downloading the ebook. This video that you're watching goes hand in hand with the ebook, and it's also going to be an audio book you can listen to. Listen to it over and over again. Let these teachings get inside of your subconscious mind so that way you follow these 5 steps and become a booked and busy stylist. 1, you master your skill. 2, you identify who your client is, their lifestyle, their income, their habits, and their general location. 3, you become a service-oriented person that keeps the focus on the customer. 4, where you have good time management plus skill plus replication, which equals a system. You have a process, a system, and a strategy for doing things. 5, where you rebook your clients, you write down the date of their next appointment, you put it on the calendar, and you hand them 10 to 20 business cards to pass out on your behalf when people like the quality of hair service that you do, and you provide social proof of recording photos and video of the client saying they like their hairstyle. If you follow these 5 steps, you are going to be a booked and busy stylist. And like I always say, I know you can. I believe you can. So I always say, yes, I can. Adversity may come your way, but yes, you can get through it. I'm Stylist John. Welcome to Beauty School. Booked and Busy. Thank you for downloading the ebook and joining my mentorship program. You're on your way to becoming a 6-figure barber or 6-figure stylist. www.stylistjohn.com. Check out my workshops. And if you need to talk to me, 314-359-5499. I can get you fly.